Hello, all. Very good morning. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Just a quick audio and video check before we proceed further. If you can hear me, see me, and the slide deck that I'm sharing with you right now, please acknowledge through the chat window on your left. Okay. All right. Perfect, Simon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rod. All right. Thank you so much, guys. So let's just wait for a few more seconds for rest of our attendees to join the session. And while we wait for them, my colleague Anjana will post the links for our social media handles in the chat box. So please do follow us in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and keep yourself posted on upcoming events. So this workshop is not just one; we have a huge series of workshops that is happening. Please do follow us and participate in all of these workshops. All right. So I'm John Wilfred, and I'm an evangelist here at Zoho. So is my colleague Anjana. And today on the Q&A, we have Basil Roy, and the trainer for the day is Sarath. Both of them share expertise in Zoho books. And let me give you a quick overview of Zoho Showtime so that you better navigate around the application. There are a couple of important tabs, starting with the questions tab. So this is where you enter all your questions during the session. So while the session happens, if some question pops up, please do post it in the questions tab. This will help us better organize, prioritize, and answer all your questions, also ensuring that none of your questions go unanswered. Next up is the polls tab. So this is where we'll be rolling out a couple of polls throughout the session. Please do participate in all of these polls to keep this workshop engaged. Chat box, we're already familiar with that. We'll all be active there. If there is an issue with audio or video or anything of that sort, please let us know through the chat box. However, if there is an issue with audio or video, the general first aid would be to refresh your browser, because 99% of the time it solves the issue. And I'd also suggest that you use a Chrome browser, for smooth access of Zoho Showtime. Last but not the least, you have the Handouts tab. Over here, we've attached a handout with all the important links that is aligned to today's workshop. Please do download the handouts anytime before the session ends, so that when we send the recording to you, it'll be easy for you to compare and practice the same. And when I talk about recording, yes, this entire session is being recorded, and towards the end, the recording will be shared with you over an email. So if this is your first workshop, let me just give you a quick introduction as to why you should attend these workshops. For one, it's just 1 hour per week, and we plan to host it for just one day. I'm not going to talk about an entire product. Rather, we decided to talk about one single feature of one product or a suite, thereby ensuring that at the end of this workshop, you learn what was taught to you instead of leaving overwhelmed. And for today, we will be discussing about advanced customization capabilities with Zoho Books. And before we start, make sure that you have signed into your Zoho account if you wish to shadow or actions. There will be various activities that our trainer will give you throughout the session. And if you wish to practice them or replicate the same, please do sign into your Zoho account. And if you're an employee, if you're not the super admin, you may need admin privilege to access certain features within Zoho Books that are going to be discussed today. And please do not mess with existing settings in case you wish to try it out. Please create a test instance and then play with that. So that's it. So do we have any question, guys? Okay, let's just see. All right, no questions, but however, I do have a question for you, and that is going to be the first poll for today. Are you familiar with Zoho Books and its customization features? Okay, so it's a tie. Okay, I'm just going to give it a few more seconds. Okay, perfect. I see that most of you are not aware of the customization features, and some of you have already worked with the customization features of Zoho Books. I'm quickly going to display the result. For those of you who are familiar with the customization features, this is going to be an eye-opener, because Sharath will be discussing. It'll be like a little bit of deep dive into the customization. For those of you who have no idea about the customization features, This is definitely going to be great because you will learn a whole lot of stuff towards the end. Okay. So quickly to the agenda. Sarak will take you through the overview of the session and the hands-on training. And finally, Anjana will wrap the session with a quick recap. So that's it from me. Without further ado, let me welcome Sarath to take the session forward. Hello, Sarath. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Let me start by sharing my screen. So, a very good morning, guys. Let me know if I'm audible. If not, please use the chat section to let us know if my voice is audible or not. I'll give it 10 seconds and then we'll get into the session. All right. So, let us begin with today's session, Advanced Customizing Capabilities in Zoho Books. So, I would like to welcome you all for attending this workshop today. So I'm Sharath, and I'll be hosting this session where I'll walk you through how Zoho Books can be customized to meet your business requirements. So let us start with the agenda for today. So we shall see what is customization and why is it so important, followed by how Zoho Books can be customized to meet your business needs. After which we shall see how to customize templates, that reflect your brand identity. And at last, we'll end this session with a Q&A. So the first topic is, what is customization? So when it comes to business around the world, every business follows a set of procedure or unique process that is unique to each and every business. So no two business are the same. So what is the point in sticking to an accounting software that is inflexible, right? So let me start by giving you an example. Let us say you're a wholesaler who's selling your merchandise to select customers on credit, which is a common practice in the wholesale industry. So now at the end of each month, what you'll do is you'll send the overdue statement to your customers to whom you give credit. Now to do this, what you'll do is you'll find the right customers, and then you'll have to send them invoice one by one. Whereas a more advanced solution will let you carry out all these tasks with a click of a button called the custom button feature. So that is right from selecting the customers, identifying the customers, and sending the invoice to everybody in one shot. Now that is what I would call customization, making your day-to-day task more and more convenient. So why is customization so important? Now I have classified this into four major categories. Competitive edge. So, as we all know, running a business is not easy, right? We also know how difficult it is to survive in the business world if you don't have the appropriate resources. For instance, customers' preference towards online shopping was the major reason for the shutdown of several retail and wholesale shops around us. Just as e-commerce, diminished the value of brick and mortar stores, your competitors may bring you down if you don't get adapted with the technology. So having an accounting software that is customizable for your business will not only streamline your business process, but it will also help you create that edge over the competitors, which I would consider extremely important in today's time. So moving on to the next topic is time saving. So in traditional accounting software, what happens is it comes with a very defined way or an approach of how you can record, view, or retrieve data. So when we are limited by such things, what do? We end up, using another solution to mine the data and use it for different business purpose, right? So in such way, what we'll do is we'll start using more and more applications. Now imagine the time spent in going forth and back between different applications and moving the data from here and there, and all the human error such a process could lead to. So to avoid all this, you use advanced customized solution which can operate the benefit of both the world, that is allowing you to create the data how you want, and also the flexibility to generate the reports on what you want. So with a proper solution, you can delegate notifications, scheduling, and reporting to software, and spend your time on things that really matter to your business. Next would be scalability. So down the road, when your business starts scaling, Imagine the amount of data such as invoices, purchase orders, sales orders, and all the documents that pile up. Apart from this, your workforce will also increase proportionately, right? So here you need a solution that can cope up with an increase in the amount of data and the workforce as well. So if you don't fix up on the right solution upfront, imagine the time spent in finding another software plus the nightmare of migrating all your data from the existing software to the new software. I'm sure most of us would have already gone through that hectic process. So a more advanced solution would let you add as many as users as possible, and it lets you customize their roles and access to each module of your accounting software. For example, let's say you have 10 salesperson in your organization. You would not want these 10 persons to look at the accounts or your banking module. So you would have the flexibility to add user as many as users as possible. Also, you can give access to them to particular modules in Zoho Books. Now, branding, which is very important, right? Customization is the reflection of your brand. It gives your brand a unique perspective from the other brands of the it differentiates you. So let me show you a quick example of how a customized invoice looks better than a regular template. So on the left, what you see is a regular invoice. On the right, you have your logo, you have your header. You can add lines, you can change your total section, and you can add details in the footer section. So a proper branding lets your customers identify your brand easily, and it gives them a sense of trust whenever they see your uh, communication. This is the communication, right? So now let's move on to the second phase of this session, customizing Zoho Books. So as you all know, Zoho Books is an online accounting solution that lets you send invoices, reconcile bank transactions, manage expenses, track inventory, and generate reports, right? So along with that, it also helps automate business workflows and helps you work collectively across departments. That is majorly due to its customizing capabilities. Now, in every module of Zoho Books, there are different customization options available. And for the sake of this session, we are going to cover these common customization options. Okay. So we shall see what is custom fields, custom views, custom buttons, custom status, and then reporting tags. So for the first, we'll start with custom fields. Now, let's take a real business scenario and understand the need for customization. Let's take a clothing brand company from Brunswick, Victoria as an example. They sell their merchandise both offline and online. So apart from this, they also run other services and loyalty programs to their customers. Now, in order to run a loyalty program, we all know that you would need a membership ID to validate the customers, and since if they want to use the benefits, you need to validate them, right? So in this case, you would need a membership ID. So within Zoho Books, you have predefined fields like name, phone number, email address, and other fields. But this business needs more specific information about your customers, like membership ID, date of birth, and size, and all that. So what's the use with date of birth? Let's say you would like to send your customers a custom offer on their birthday. Let's say you want to give them a 20% or 30% on their birthday, and you can use this data over there. So now in such scenario, Zohobooks lets you create custom fields or additional fields to capture customer specific information needed for the business. So these custom fields can either be a drop down, or it can be an auto generating number checkbox, or it can be a text line, or it can be a date, and all that. You would have all the options as such. So now let me show you how this company can create a custom field to capture the membership ID for their customers. Let's go to the product. This is the dashboard of Zoho Books. So this is the demo account setup for the purpose of this session. So now we are looking at the dashboard. Do not mind the mind-boggling numbers over here. So let us go to the settings in order to create custom fields. Go to settings, preferences, customers and vendors. Here, click on field customization. Now, as you see, I've already added few other field customization. Now, what we'll be looking at is membership ID. So let's give this field. Let's give this field a name, custom field a name. So membership ID. And here, the data type would be the best to auto generate number. So whenever a salesperson tries to create a contact, your it will automatically generate a membership ID. So if you want it to be mandatory, make sure you click S over here, and this turns out to be a mandatory field over here. So let's save it. So the any contacts that will be saved from now will start from 001 and it goes on 002, 003. So that's how it works. So once you save it, go back to your dashboard, go to sales, customers. Now click on create new customers. So here, whenever you create a new, and any of your salesperson starts to create a new contact, this custom field over here marks it as mandatory, and it will keep auto generating as many times as possible. So this is one way of adding custom field to your contacts module. And in case if you would like to capture their date of birth, same way, go to settings, preferences, customers and vendors, and go back to field customization. Now again, plus new custom field, date of give the name as label name as date of birth. And here the optimal choice would be to select dates, right? So let us find the date, raise over here, make it mandatory, because without this your salespeople will not be able to save this contact. So enter save. Now go back to dashboard. Now here, when you create a new customer, your custom field will automatically give you the date of birth option, custom field. So when you click on it, you can automatically save the date of birth over here. So this is how you save a custom field in Zoho Books. You can add new custom fields. You can add a number of custom fields in your contacts module. So let's move on to the next session, next option. But before moving to that, we have an activity over here. So here we shall see how to create employee identity. So I'll tell you why employee identity should be created. Let's say you have 10 salesperson, and you would like to know who created which contact, or who's bringing in more leads to the company. So in order to do that, you can create an employee identity, and whenever a salesperson creates a contact, he'll have to type his name, and only then he'll be able to save this new contact. So that is the use case scenario over here. So I would request you to go through all these steps. Step one is, as I said, go to settings, preferences, and click on customers and vendors. Click on field customization. Now step 3 would be enter the label name as employee identity. Step 4, make it mandatory. And step 5 would be to save this custom field. So I shall give you a minute to finish up this process. We'll move on to the next slide after that. So guys, we are nearing the time. 15 more seconds. Now we can add as many as fields you want. It's all up to your imagination, and how you would what all information you would need for your contact section and all that. So last 5 seconds. All right, guys, I hope you have done all these 5 steps. Now let's move on to the next slide. So here, now once you have saved this, go to your dashboard and go to sales module and click on customer and click plus new customer. So when you do that, you'll be able to see, go to the custom field, and you'll be able to see your employee identity text box is single line. So what happens here is, whenever your salesperson, they try to save a contact, they'll have to enter their name. So you'll at the end of the let's say after 6 months, when you run reports, you'll be able to find which salesperson created how many contacts, and who bought the most leads and all that. So that is the use case over here. 10 more seconds. We'll move on to the next slide. All right, guys. So this is the end result. So when you look at the new customer, when you try to create a new customer, under the custom fields section, your employee identity is mandatory, and they can enter the name over there. So that's how it looks. So let's move on to the next customization option, which is custom view. Most of the time, we take decisions based on certain information that is visible to us, right? So Zobooks lets you create your own views with the information that you're looking for. For example, the clothing company manager wants to have a look at invoices that are more than $5,000 in value. So generally, Zobooks lets you create predefined filters called custom view. Now, in order to create a custom view, you need to set up the uh, criteria such as when do you need, and in the column you'll be able to add information, for example the invoice date, the due amount, and all that. And you can decide to give this, if you would like to give access to user level or organization level. So let me show you how this is done in the dashboard. So in order to create a custom view, go to sales, invoices. So when you normally visit the sales and invoices, you're all in. This is the general page that you get. You'll be able to see all the invoices. Now, in order to see invoices, the clothing company manager wants to see invoices that are over $5,000 in value. Now, in order to do that, let's create a new custom view. So click on all invoices. Click on plus new custom view. Here, let's name it as invoices over 5,000 in value when the invoice amount is greater than 5,000 in value. And under columns, as I said, under columns you'll be able to add the information that is required for you to have a sense of what information you want. So let us give the country name, let us give the customer's date of birth, let us add the sales order, the shipping address, and all that. And here, share this with user level or organization level. You can either have this, custom view set up for yourself, or you can share it with selected colleagues of your organization, or you can share it with everybody in your organization. So once done, save it. So after saving it, so as I've already saved it, I will not be able to save it now. I'll show you how it looks. So once you save it, it will automatically take you to this custom view. Now over here, I have the custom view called invoices over 5,000 in value. So as you see, I have all the details: invoice status, invoice amount, customer name, and all the invoices that are over 5,000 in value. That is including USD and INR. So I do also have other custom views. That is, I can able to see which all invoices are have been paid, or and all that. I also have invoices that are greater than 10,000. So it's up to your imagination to use whichever custom view that you would prefer. So that's in terms of custom view. So now let's move on to the next customization option, which is custom status. So now, if you take a sales order in Zoho Books, it has status like draft, open, invoiced, and finally closed, and all that. Let's say the clothing company owner has a habit of confirming the open sales order, especially if they're bulk sales order, before invoicing them. Or let's say when a clothing company, when a company receives an online order or something, what they'll have to do is they'll have to first prepare a pickup list, and then after that they'll have to package the items one by one, and then they'll have to paste the label, and then they'll have to ship it. No, this is the normal process when you try to ship an order to the customer, right? So here, in case if you would like to add more and more status around, let's say after draft you would like to add 3 or more process that involves 3 or more different departments, it almost acts like a substatus, like this. So let me show you how to do this first. So in order to do that, let's go into the dashboard now. Go to settings, preferences, sales order, and click on custom status. So I already have a few custom status over here. Now what we'll do is new custom status. Let's click as custom status for confirmed orders. Here, once you confirm the order, what we'll do is we'll pickup done. So what pickup here means is we'll have to pick, let's say it's a very big warehouse. So once you get the pickup order, pickup list, you'll have to go to your sections of your warehouse and pick the items from each places. So that is what pickup here means. Pickup done here means save. Now once done, as you can see, we have confirmed pickup done. So we'll add one more custom status, which is after confirmed, after pickup done, we'll have to package it. So let's save this as well. Now let's go back to the dashboard. Now go to sales order. Now for any invoices, you would be able to mark it as pickup done. So now what happens is your the next packing department knows that these items have been picked up. Now it's our turn to package this order. So once packaging is done, your packaging department can mark it as packaging done. So what happens is now your shipping department will know that package is done. Now we'll have to move on to the shipping process. So that's how this works. It gives each department their own custom view, your own custom status to see where the particular orders are in the line. So yeah, that's in terms of custom status. Now let's move on to the next customization option, custom button. Okay, now let's see how you can create a custom button apart from the regular buttons that we have in Zoho Books. So using this button, you can perform certain actions like reducing from 3 steps to 1 step and all that. So let me help you with an example over here. If the store owner has employed salesperson to carry out the sales of an equipment, and he has agreed to give this salesperson a 10% commission on each sale. So normally here we'll be doing 3 things, right? One will be recording the sale made by the salesperson, calculate the commission, and then record this commission as an expense in Zoho Books. But what if I tell you for the second and third option, you can do it in a click of a button. So this can be done by writing a piece of deluge code. So I'll show you how that interface looks. Let's move on to the product dashboard. Go to settings, go to preferences, select invoice and custom button. So I have already created one over here, but then I'll show you how a new one is created. So once you click on new custom button, you will have to name it as record commission, because that is what we'll be doing here, right? You will need to capture the invoice and then record the commission, calculate the commission, and then record it as an expense in Zoho Books. So record commission, and this is the Deluge script. So in terms of Deluge script, our support people will help you with how Deluge script actually works. So once done, save it. So this is what it looks like over here. So now when you go to an invoice, let's say this invoice has been generated by one of your salesperson, you'll be able to record commission and record it as calculate the commission and record it as an expense using a single click of a button over here. So you can add as many as buttons as you want, and as many as customization options you want over here. It's all up to your imagination on how you'll use this custom button. So now let's move on to the next customization option, which is reporting tags. So let's say you own 2 or 3 stores in different places. Let's say you own a brick and mortar clothing store company in 2 locations inside Melbourne. One would be in Brunswick, another one would be in St. Kilda. So though you would do the accounting, billing, and filing from a single organization, you might want to see the income and expenses for Brunswick separately and St. Kilda separately, right? So that you will know which branch is performing well. So in order to do that, reporting tags come in handy. So all you have to do is configure tags with various options. You can create a tag option called, location, and you can add options like Brunswick, St. Kilda, and Dandenong or anything like that. And since I'm from India, I can, Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore are the major cities over here. And then associate these tags options while creating an transaction. Let's say when you create a expense or invoice, you will have the option to add reporting tags. So here, whenever you add an expense or a invoice, when you type in St. Kilda, at the end, when you try to run a report, it will give you an overall expenses based on this particular branch. So let me walk you through how this is done. Let's go to the product dashboard. So go to settings, and immediately you will be able to see the option called reporting tags. So I have already created a reporting tag called location with major cities as Bangalore, Chennai, and Mumbai. You can add other options as well. But when you create a new tag, it can be done the same way as possible. Location, and then you can add St. Kilda, Brunswick, Dandenong, and all that. So once done, you'll have to save this option, and so here a reporting tag is automatically generated. Now, in order to associate these reporting tags with an expense or invoice, whenever you create an expense or invoice, go to expense or invoice. When you create a new one, go to the bottom, you'll be able to see reporting tags. So after filling in all the details such as the amount and all the other needed details, you can either choose to add Brunswick or any the expense associated to the particular location. So what happens is, at the end, when you try to generate reports, profit and loss, customize report. So here, go to advanced filters, select reporting tags. Here I've selected location. Now SN, let's click on Mumbai over here because that's the uh, report that I've created before this to show you. Now this gives you the overall expense and the profit and loss of this particular location, such as Mumbai. Now since I haven't added any information details over here, it shows you zero. But then when you have proper expenses invoice, it will give you the overall amount that is spent on each branch and how much that branch is making and all that. So that's how reporting tags come in handy. So similarly, you can deploy reporting tags for various needs like your departments, products. Let's say you would like to know which salesperson made the most, brought in the more money into the company and all that. So that can be done via reporting tags. So now let's move on to the next section or the next half of the our session today, which is customizing templates or template customization. So far we saw how we can customize Zoho Books for your internal process, right? Now what we'll do is we'll see how we can customize the process that enhances your business communications to your customers. So Zoho Books lets you create attractive and professional looking invoices, estimates, purchases, and all the other touch points that will go to your customers. So customizing the appearance and layout of document is a simple yet effective way, right, to add value to your business communication. So moreover, you it's up to you to decide which customers your customers, which information your customers should see, and which information that you would require for you the most, right? So here in template customization, once a template is created, it can be saved and used any number of time. So it sets as a default value over here. So for this session, I'll walk you through how an invoice can be customized to meet your brand specifications or guidelines. So before I get go into the dashboard, here we'll see how to create multiple templates, add your own content, and personalize your emails, and how to associate this particular several particular invoices to several particular customers and all that. So let us go to settings inside our product. Click on templates. So here, as you see, you can customize templates for different modules like estimates, invoices, credit notes, purchase orders, retain invoices, payment receipts, checks, estimates, sales order, and all that. So here, for the sake of the session, we'll what we'll do is we'll go with invoices. So you can either customize preloaded templates or add a new one by selecting the plus new icon over here. The plus new icon or the plus new template, once you click on that, it will give you the option to create a template by asking you to choose from one of the preloaded template as the base. That's because we don't want you to start from the scratch in creating a invoice. So we have different invoices over here. You choose to decide which one you want. So to edit a template, hover over here and click on use this. So once you click this, it will ask you for different languages. So let's say your customers are from another country or somewhere, or let's say they are from France or they're from Japan or they're from China. You can alter the language in their own language to give them a sense of personalization. So once you click on this, we are taken to the template editor section over here. This section is called the template editor, where you can customize each and every section of the template. So to help you customize, we have divided the whole template into 5 different sections. So we'll start with the template property section over here. So here you can give this template a name. So here we'll give the standard demo. So you can have different names for your template in order to find it easily, to access it easily. So here you can choose the paper size, you can choose portrait or landscape portion, and you can change the margins. You can change the background image over here. So can do all that. So once I do that, it can be it will be automatically saved over here. You can change the position of this to anywhere you like. So once done, if you click on preview, you'll be able to see. Now I've already have another image over here, so you'll have to remove that as well. And header section is you can in header section you can add the header image. I'll show you a collection of header images that are specially designed by us. You can also have your own header image over here. So since New Year just passed, you can have your New Year theme, you can have your Christmas theme, or you can have a general theme that gives you a different sort of section for your personalization. So moving on to the next is the item table. So item table, item table is this table where you'll be able to add the number of items or the number of products or the number of columns over here. So you can change the label name, which is nothing but the display name over here, and specify the words, especially if you have a long description. So we can customize this particular section, font size, color, and other layouts, other elements using this layout tab. So moving on to the next section is the total section. So total section, this section is the total section over here. You can either change the name to total or subtotal, and let's just save it to see if it has made a change. So here we have total. Now, if you'd still like to have subtotal, you can change the name and have a preview. So there you see, you can change the currency symbol before, if you would like to have the symbol of the currency before the amount or after the amount, and you can make all this kind of small changes in your invoices. So footer section. So in the footer section, you can add the bank details, and you can check this box to add your signature. It can be either added as a text, or you can choose to upload your digital signature as an image. So you can add the footer content over here, and once done, if you save this template, it will automatically, you can set this as a default template for all the invoices that is being sent out from your company. And apart from this, You can also associate this particular template to particular customers. I'll show you how that is done. So now to do that, go back to dashboard, click on sales, click on customers. So let's click on a customer over here and go to more and click on associate templates. So here you'll be able to see the invoice that you just edited. So the name of my template would be standard demo. So once done, I'll save this. So anytime if my company sends an invoice, the standard demo template will be used to send him an invoice. So that's how it works. Now, let us take another scenario where you have a customer from Japan and you plan on sending this customer an invoice in his own language, that is in Japan. Now, as I said, follow the same procedure. Go to settings, templates, invoices, and click on edit. Here, I'm sorry. Click on plus new, and here when you create a new template, it will ask you for the language, right? As I said before, here click on Japanese or any other language you want and start editing it. So once done, save this template, give this template a name and save this template. So go back to your dashboard, go to sales, customers, and find the customer that you would like to send this Japanese invoice to. So go to save, go to more, associate templates, and click on invoice. Now find the standard Jap invoice. So like this, you can send customized email to people from other countries as n number of invoices as you want. You can create n number of templates and you can associate them with certain customers. So that's how it works in regards to templates. Now moving on to the last section, which is email templates. Now we saw all these over there in the product. Now let's move on to the email templates. Now sales involves a lot of sending out a lot of emails to leads and customers, from let's say welcome emails to follow-ups and all that, right? So most of the emails are repetitive. To save you from manual copy and paste routine, you can use email templates and send one message to multiple recipients via mass emails or workflow rules in Zoho Books. So with templates, what's the use? You can save time, personalize your communication, make your content more attractive, and of course, maintain a consistent tone across your branding. So in Zoho Books, all type of email templates like the user invite, invite notification, and the automated email reminders can be completely customized to reflect your brand. You also can decide to set up payment reminders of your choice for the customer invoice, and you can choose a template or edit the template completely to send out customized email reminders. So let me give you a tour on how this customized template look like. So in order to do that, let's go back to the dashboard, click on settings, and go to email section. So this email section, as you see, lets you take control of all the emails sent from your organization. Here you can configure your email preferences, email insights, and you can customize all the templates that you would like. So email template lets you be, it lets you be creative, it lets you be unique, it lets you send customer-centric notification emails, and you can create templates that reflect your brand, and you can customize the email content as per your wish, rather than having to send an existing template. So it gives you the option to edit and send it any way you want. So for this session, let us look at the invoice notification. So in order to create a new invoice, you can click on plus new, and you can give this template a name and add the required field from CC, subject, and you can add the content. So I've already created one over here. So as you see, you can add insert, place fillers, and you can add the content anyhow you want. And once you click on set this to default, this will be the invoice that will be sent from your organization to all the customers that you invoice or create invoice to. So once you save this, now this will be the default invoice that will be sending to your customers. So as on now, whenever you create an invoice in Zoho Books, this default invoice will be triggered and sent to your customer. So that's how it works in terms of email templates. So I think we are at the end of our session today. With that, our session today on advanced customization in Zoho Books comes to an end. I have made this a very crisp presentation, as I did not I did not want to overwhelm you with too much information altogether in a single session. So I hope this session was informative and productive to all the attendees present here today. And now my colleague Anjana will take over the session now.
Thank you very much, Sharat.
Thank you.
Pretty sure, I'm sure everybody would have found it pretty very useful as well. I'm just going to share my screen in a couple of seconds, and we'll shoot for the good morning, guys. So it's really nice to see you all. I'm just going to go to broadcast, but before going to the recap, I'm just going to run a couple of polls for us to have a good understanding, like what exactly you want in our next workshops in future, I would say. So the first question, do you think that these customization features will help you streamline day-to-day finances? I can see quite a few words coming up. Wow. Well, I can see a lot of people saying yes. And the last one would be, which problem in your business would you like Zoho Books to resolve? This is basically an open-end question, so please make sure you can answer them. So it will be very helpful for us to try to bring a session for you as well. Right. Thank you. So I quickly jump into the recap slide. So I just want to remind you one thing, like there is this handout session. So please make sure you download this before the end of the session. That's quite very useful, where you'll be seeing all useful links in there. So please make sure you download that right away. And I'm just going to give a quick recap on today's session. It's basically, as you could see, Sharat gave us a really good information on, sorry, I'm just trying to bring the slide for you. Come on. Sorry, I'm just trying to bring the slide for you guys. So we had a look at the customization, as well as we did speak quite a lot on templates, and as well as you could see in there, I'm sorry, the system is not popping up. So I'll just jump into the next slide. So we have a Zoho community as well in Australia, which is completely a local team. I'm just going to pop in the link there for Australia. There's quite a lot of meetups coming up in future. So please make sure you register, and it's definitely quite useful, where you will be able to share your ideas, ask questions about the product. We have the partners there as well. So please make sure you register there. And if nothing pops up right now, not to worry. You can also email us at support@au@zohobooks.com. And there are a few more sessions lined up as well. So the next one is going to be on analytics, which is on the 25th of Feb 2021. Please make sure you register as soon as possible. So any feedback on this session, please make sure you give us. So once you exit, there will be a feedback form. Please make sure you give your opinion. That would be really helpful for us to improve our future session. I once again thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you guys next week. Please take care and stay safe.